And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got a really interesting one for you today, and really the Home Office have came out against the government and said that the government have squandered billions of taxpayers' cash on migrant hotels. You know, things are getting really bad when the Home Office are turning on their own government. Now, we know the scale of these hotels. We know how much money, of course, has been wasted. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to work out the maths. Of course, £40,000 per illegal migrant, and we're having what? Sometimes 300, 400 coming over a day, sometimes 1,000. And we've had record amounts this year. So it just goes to show the scale of how much cash is being wasted housing these illegal migrants. But we've got an interesting part for you in this video, as we are going to be looking through this Home Office report, but also watching a video as well. Plenty to discuss in this one, but as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. Let's go on over and have a little look at what has been said here. But let's go over to this video first and foremost from BBC Breakfast this morning, and you can see the scale of this.
So much in this report by a cross-party committee of MPs. Just as a reminder of the situation, as of June, which is the most recent data, there are about 32,000 migrants housed in hotels. That's down from a peak of 56,000 back in 2023. This report says that the contracts which the Home Office gave to these hotel providers were flawed from the start, left the department relying on hotels as a go-to solution rather than what the committee says they should have been, which is temporary stopgaps. But there's another strand to the criticism, which is also that once these contracts were up and running, they've been badly managed by the government. This report says that the Home Office has essentially squandered billions of pounds of public money because it's failed to recoup lots of money in excess profits, which they say is actually owed by the hotel companies to the government under the terms of the agreements. That's about tens of millions of pounds. More generally, they say that the failures by the Home Office mean that the estimated cost of 10-year asylum accommodation contracts has more than tripled to £15 billion. Now remember, this government says they want to end all asylum hotel accommodation by the next general election, so probably by 2029. And a Home Office spokesperson has responded to this report by saying, "We have already taken action, closing hotels, slashing asylum costs by nearly £1 billion, and exploring the use of military bases and disused properties."
So as you can see, that what's laid bare here is mass amounts of wastage in terms of money. And as this user here says, just down here as you can see, just remember that when they cut pensioners' winter fuel allowance and push your taxes up, remember the autumn budget is going to be coming up very soon, and we're finding out that we're spending, or skyrocketed, £15.3 billion per year. That is a huge sum of money on something that no one wanted. No UK citizen was voted for this. No UK citizen said, no, let's do this. No one said this. But then they will make these decisions which impact you people, maybe watching this video, whether you're a pensioner and cutting your winter fuel allowance. And then if you're a business owner, of course, the autumn tax budget is coming up this month, next month. And then, of course, your taxes are going to go up. So whilst they're spending this, they're then affecting and it's coming at the detriment of their own people. But they don't want to control this. This thing can be controlled pretty easily. But as you can see, the latest figures is funding 103,000 migrants of taxpayers' money, including over 32,000 in hotels, costing 15 billion over 10 years. Elected ministers aren't allowed to view the contracts because they are commercially sensitive. And you can see the reaction here. A lot of people aren't happy. Richard Tice, asylum hotels rip off due to Home Office incompetence. Billions wasted. Home Office not fit for purpose. Tommy Robinson here. Stop the boats and send them home. The economic migrants asylum scam is nothing but a criminal enterprise run by criminals who make an insane amount of money off the back of it. Home Office accommodation contracts for 2019-2029 have tripled from 4.5 billion to 15.3 billion after a dramatic increase in demand following the pandemic and rising numbers of those arriving by small boats among factors. Stop the criminal enterprise now and prosecute all the criminals making money out of it. Now, we know who's making the money out of it. the people that are getting lucrative contracts. And just remember, Keir Starmer's right-hand man, his father has got his fingers in a lot of pies. McSweeney. His father owns the company, of course, that houses all of the migrants in Ireland in terms of the hotels. He's also making a bit of money off there. It's corrupt, and we're seeing that a lot of people are making money off of it at the expense of people watching this video, at the expense of this. This is why this lucrative situation shows no signs of ending. They seem to think that they can do something about it, or at least they say they're going to do something about it, but don't. Never do it. And the reason for that is because there's so much money in this game. So yeah, as you can see, this is mental. It really is mental. And this report is obviously taking up main headlines this morning. And we're seeing how bad it's getting. Whereas the Labour government will sort of scapegoat you into thinking, well, actually, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that. We want to end the hotels in 2029 by the end of Parliament. But not really. They will find another lucrative way so they can fill their pockets. Because one thing remains certain is the boats will keep on coming and taxpayers' money is still going on to them. But that is a dramatic increase. £10 billion or over £10 billion. And remember, you guys are the ones bearing the brunt of the bill. And none of you have been consulted on this whatsoever. Now, let's have a look at some other news this morning on what's happening. As you can see, it's taking up a lot of it. Billions of taxpayer money wasted on chaotic asylum hotel system as litany of failures exposed. That's also good news. Good to see Argentina, by the way, getting themselves a re-elected. Great leader. I think he's doing a great job out in Argentina at this moment in time. Really is. See what else is going on. I hope you guys are all good. I've been away for a little while. I've been on vacation, taking some much needed breaks. So thank you for that. One thing we didn't cover, of course, the other day was we were speaking about this whole situation with regard to that illegal migrant that escaped prison or was let out of prison. Funnily enough, he has, of course, now been recaptured, as we found out sort of yesterday, but my goodness me, hopefully these guys will be held to account, but I won't hold my breath in it. Of course, David Lammy, Shabana Mahmood, Keir Starmer, all of these individuals need to be held to account as to how this happened. I'm interested to see how it actually happened. Thankfully, I suppose, after 45 hours, the guy has been put back into sort of custody, and David Lammy, Keir Starmer, vowed that he is going to be deported this week, as you can see, and was cutting about London, just living his life. You can see Keir Starmer issued a deportation update after the sex attacker was found. He said, what did he say? Hadish Kibatu has been arrested and will be deported. Officers have worked quickly and diligently to bring him back into custody. We've ordered an investigation to establish what went wrong. We must make sure that this never happens again. So we'll see if that guy actually gets deported. But knowing our asylum system, he'll be back next year. He'll be through the door again. And guess what? We will be paying for him to stay in another hotel and change his name, rip up his old documents, and all of a sudden he's back in the UK and a threat to our women and children. But absolutely shameless. But guys, do let me know your thoughts on this new report that's came out with regard to the housing of asylum seekers, that it's tripled to £15 billion after a dramatic increase in demand. I have a theory about it, and I always consult back to the Andrew Tate video that came out just a couple of days ago, last week, when he said this is all controlled, and they want this to happen. You don't accidentally allow all of these illegal migrants and third worlders to come into your country and make your citizens pay for it. You don't accidentally do it. There's something far sinister, and always follow the money trail and you'll find out the truth. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. I am on vacation. I'm nearly at the end of it, so we'll be back for more regular uploads. So yeah, bear with me. Back on Thursday. So once Thursday comes around, we'll be back, keeping you up to date with absolutely everything. But until then, I'll see you all later. Take care. Peace.